Hi, I'm Natalia. This video is made for educators to guide your learners through a fun experience of building an electric vehicle. This Spark will help teach your learners about circuits, troubleshooting, and creative design. We'll be looking at what makes it go and how a unique design can change how it does that. So let's jump right into it. First, let's look at our materials. You'll find a spark guide, foam components, a cardboard base, your connectors, a gear wheel, and axles, as well as a motor clip, motor, battery band, battery, and paper tubes, and not included but highly recommended to have, scissors. Before we jump into building, let's talk about circuits. A circuit is the path for the flow of electricity. We're going to quickly focus on these two very important parts. The motor has a red, positive wire and a black, negative wire. Similarly, the battery also has a negative and a positive side. If we connect the wires to opposite ends of the battery, it becomes a circuit. And if we switch the wires, it changes the polarity, thus making our motor spin in a different direction. Now, let's build this circuit body and turn this into this. Step 1 is to build the base. Carefully break the cardboard base apart. For now, let's focus on the square part of it. That is where the motor will attach. We're not going to need these small parts, but the tab in the middle is going to come in handy, so make sure not to throw it out. Time to attach the motor. Yours should come already attached to the motor clip. Firmly push the clip into the base. You should feel it snap into place. Insert the tab from earlier to help prevent the motor from falling out. Next up, we'll be adding an axle. This is where our foam parts come in. Remove all of the foam pieces from their sheet. Remind your learners that they can use all the pieces, so don't lose them. For now, let's grab these very important parts. You'll need the small wheel, 3 bushings, and a bearing. Now we just need an axle, as well as a gear wheel. Connect your bearing to the base. You want to make sure that it is opposite to this hole on the motor clip, and gently push it into place. Connect the gear wheel to the axle. Push and twist while holding the axle near the end. This part can be a bit tricky, but it helps to do it at an angle. Insert the axle into the motor clip hole and add 2 bushings. Push the axle through the bearing until the gear wheel lines up with the motor gear. Don't forget to adjust the bushings to either side, pressing one up against the clip and another against the bearing. This will help hold the axle in place. We can finish this axle off by putting on a second wheel and a bushing for support. And that's it! Let's connect it to a battery and see what happens. To hold the wires in place, we're going to use a battery band. I use my thumb and middle finger to stretch it out before putting it on a battery. That helps make this tricky process a little easier. This may take a couple tries, so make sure to check on your learners. To connect the wires, simply slide each end under the band. The axle spins like it should, but I think it might be a good idea to build our second axle now. Grab the part of the base that you set aside earlier. For the basic build, we're only going to need one of these bars. We can go ahead and insert bearings into each of the holes. When you do this, make sure they're aligned with each other. This now made it easy for the axle to slide right through. Add bushings for support, but leave a small space to allow the axle to spin freely. Add wheels to help make it roll. Let's attach it to the base. For that, we're going to be using connectors. Each set comes with 4, but in this practice build, we're just going to need 2. Go ahead and separate them. Use the pinchers to slide into the base where you want to attach the second axle. This is just one of the ways they can be used. I think it's ready for a test drive. Last thing is to give it some power. Depending on how your learners attach the wires to the battery, their vehicle will roll forward or backwards. When it rolls forward, the motor is applying a push force. Let's try swapping the wires. What might happen? When you do that, it switches the polarity of the circuit and the direction of our vehicle's movement. It now has a pull force, pulling your vehicle backwards. But what if it's not working at all? Let's troubleshoot. If your axle is having trouble spinning, try wiggling the axle around to stretch the bearing. This helps eliminate some friction. If the gear wheel and motor gear aren't connecting, push the foam bearing to fix the angle of the axle. This will get the gear wheel and motor gear to connect. Time to make your electric vehicle unique. Encourage your learners to deconstruct the basic build and use straws and scissors to create something totally different. This is the time to try out new things and brainstorm different ways they can make their vehicles look and act. Remind them that it is okay to fail and try again. That's the whole point. What else can you try? Here are just a few challenges you can try out with your learners. What's the smallest you can make it? Can it have just 3 wheels? Can you make it go in circles? And what would happen if you worked together to combine multiple cars into one? Congratulations on building and playing with your electric vehicle. Each Spark is individually packed so that learners can keep what they make and take it home with them. We believe that providing ownership of what they make helps boost engagement, empowers them to take greater risks, and allows playful learning to continue anywhere. For more information and resources, check the description below. Thank you for watching. Bye!